Hello, my name is Sofia and we are going to talk about false friends. False friends are words that are similar in their modern forms despite having different modern meanings. This is regardless of whether the words are etymologically connected. So, false friends are words that are written in a similar way in Spanish, but that have a different meaning in English, so they can confuse us. We can find false friends in adverbs, for example, actually or ultimately. Actually means en realidad, and not actualmente, that is said nowadays or at present. And ultimately, which means en última instancia or a la larga, and not últimamente, that is said lately or recently. For example, actually, I don't like chocolate, or ultimately, he will have to make a decision. We also have false friends in verbs like to advertise, which is anunciar and not advertir, which is to warn. To assist, which is ayudar and not asistir a un lugar, which is to attend. To improve, which means mejorar and not improvisar, which is to improvise. To realize, which is darse cuenta and not realizar, which is to make. To rest, which means descansar and not restar, which is to subtract. Or to support, which is apoyar and not soportar, which is to put up with. Or to remove, which is quitar o eliminar and not remover, which is to steer. For example, I want to improve my English, so I will take my notes about false friends. Yesterday, I realized it was too late to go to the meeting. She wants to remove her picture from the wall, or Jason needed her support, not her criticism. We also have more false friends like arena, which is estadio and not arena. Carpet, which is alfombra and not carpeta, that is said folder. Or cap, which is gorra and not capa, that is said liar. We also have false friends related to food like avocado, which is aguacate, and not abogado, that is said lawyer. Dinner, which is cena, and not dinero, that is said money. Grocery, which is tienda de comestibles, and not grosería, that is said rudeness or rude word or expression. Cocoa, which is cacao, and not coco, that is said coconut. Salad, which is ensalada and not salado, that is said salty. And for example, I am going to the grocery store to buy some avocados to make a salad for tonight's dinner. Then we have college, which means facultad and not colegio, that is said school. And library, which is biblioteca and not librería, that is said bookshop. For example, he always studied at the library of his college. Then we have collar, which is cuello de las prendas de vestir, and not collar, that is said necklace. And we also have fabric, which is tela and not fábrica, that is said factory. Furthermore, we have constipation, which means sufrir de estreñimiento, and not constipado, that is said to have a cold. And cure, which is tratamiento de curación and not cura in the religious term, which is priest. For example, I need a cure for constipation. Then we also have intoxicated, which is ebrio, and not intoxicado, that is with food poisoning. For example, David came intoxicated last night. Then we have assessor, which means evaluador o tasador, and not asesor, which is advisor or consultant. Familiar, which is conocido, and not pariente o familiar, which is relative. And parent, which is padres, and not pariente, which is relative, as we just said. For example, the assessor was very familiar for Tom's parents. Then we also have conductor, which is director de orquesta o cobrador, and not conductor, which is driver. Inhabitant, which is habitante and not inhabitado, which is uninhabited. Or a stranger, which is desconocido o forastero, and not extranjero, which is foreigner. Then we have contest, which is concurso and not contestar, that is said to answer. And for example, she is going to take part in the voice contest. Then we have embarrassed, which means avergonzado and not embarazada, that is said pregnant. For example, as this cute bear says or asks, are you pregnant or embarrassed? Then we have another false friend that is quite confusing for most of the people, and which is terrific, which means fenomenal or genial, and not terrorífico, which is terrifying. And we have 3 examples about it. It was terrific to meet my favorite singer. The soup her mother makes is terrific. Or Jim and Ellen have a terrific friendship. Then we have exit, which means salida, and not éxito, which is success. And it is, if you're seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card located by your seat. And finally, more false friends like apt, which is propenso and not apto, that is qualified or able. Then disparate, which is dispar and not disparate, that is said nonsense or foolish act. Fee, which means tarifa or honorarios or quota, and not fe, that is said faith. And also misery, which is tristeza and not miseria, which is poverty. Target, which is objetivo and not tarjeta, which is card. Or vacuum, which is vacío and not vacuna, which is vaccine. And that's all for today's false friends, and I hope this will be useful for you. Thank you.